Alright, this is Only Mans, and I am Seth.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jake.
I'm Brad.
Enjoy the podcast.
Time that we do a podcast, I enjoy it just a little bit more.
It's like the opposite of fucking a girl, huh?
I don't remember what that's like.
Record this shit. The exact opposite. I didn't even know you was recording.
Yeah,
Had
got
no
all
clue.
that.
I thought you were sitting here staring at the TV, man. I'm like, are you turning it off? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, here.
I didn't know what you was doing.
Fuck that TV.
I'll still look at it. I don't give a fuck.
Stare off into the black space.
Jeremy's like, I've practiced this. He's ignoring his kids. The TV on, just staring at a blank TV.
I know when it's time to intervene.
I've been doing this for 10 years. So how is vacation, man?
Pretty good, man. Got a few things done around the house.
Few hoes done.
What's that?
Oh,
What are
my bad.
hoes?
Queens.
Queens. There we go. There's no such thing as hoes.
Few queens.
And no, I haven't.
Uh-huh.
We both know that.
Oh, I just thought of this. I was talking to Seth the other day, and I told him I had a dream, and I explained it. It was weird. I don't remember a lot of it. I was like in some kind of tunnel, and I was with somebody, and something was chasing me, and with this other person, and a car like zips by, and there's a rope. And we grabbed the rope, and it like pulls us out of the tunnel, like when we slide out, and it was crazy. And so it's like bullshit. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you did not fucking dream that. That sounds like badass, like something off of a movie. I'm like, I dreamed it though. He's like, no, you didn't.
Jake's a fucking superhero in his dreams, dude.
Whenever you speak, what do you expect Seth to say to you? Oh, that's interesting.
Anything. Well, he came up and started telling me about his dream, and I'm like, oh, I had a dream. But he'll believe a fucking dude that hiked 17 miles with his whole squad on his back in the rain, but not his friend that had a dream.
His dream was like everybody's involved, every single one of us, you know, and this bad guy robbed a bank or something, and we're over here saving the freaking world, and we almost get hit by this train in this tunnel, man, and we grabbed this rope that just happened to be going by, and it pulled us out, and it's so awesome. I'm like, dude, you're so full of shit.
It was
So
a
he
corrupt
has
politician.
excitement while he's asleep. Like,
I had pizza. Pizza makes me fucking
dude, I actually agree with that. Eating pizza right before I sleep makes me have some weird fucking dreams.
love it.
So what is it about pizza that does that then? There's got to be something in it.
The sauce, man.
It's got to be the Italian in you.
Yeah.
It's your ancestors.
Just tapping into it. This is what I'm capable of.
Oh no, I've like every time I eat pizza like that right before I go to bed, I have like vivid dreams.
Yeah, so it's got to be something in it. I mean, we all can agree with that, right?
No, I don't think pizza affects my dreams at all.
You need to try it.
And I eat
you have to
pizza
do it
all
right
the
before
fucking
you go
time.
to sleep. Like right before. Like 30 minutes
Have a
max.
slice of pizza right by the bed.
Yeah.
Or in your visor on the way home.
This is as close as I'm going to get to what's that stuff you're wanting to do?
DMT? Ain't that it?
No, the lucid dreaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
There you
Love
go.
lucid dreaming.
Wait until like you're about to pass out, where like your body jerks that one time. Oh shit! Then eat the
Pizza.
pizza.
Does it have to be a certain kind of pizza?
No, it just has to be saucy.
Okay, because I don't like stuffed crust pizza.
What?
Wow.
I don't know.
You don't like cheese?
The crust is the best part. I don't want it intruded upon
Crust
by
is
some
the
nasty
worst.
shit.
It's the worst part.
I
I like
crust.
stuffed crust
Save it,
and I like
save
thin
it for
crust.
me.
Domino's has some really good like crust. They season that.
Pizza Hut's pretty good too.
I haven't had it in a while.
Mama's Kitchen. They used to put a ton of garlic on theirs, and that made it.
I feel
great.
left out. I didn't like shout out a pizza place. I'm sorry, like everybody else did.
Papa John's. That's still left.
Damn, I got out of the advertisements. I don't get one.
I've never had any kind of food that I know of affect my dreams.
I'm damn sure pizza does.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, look,
I thought that was like common knowledge. Everybody felt that way.
it's like not that I guess you have like any different dreams, but they're way more vivid.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Speaking of common knowledge, and moving right into questions and topics. Number one, Brad, what was your question? Like your thought for like the last week? That's going to be a
Gave a
topic.
fuck you face.
What? That was supposed to be a topic on
That
this.
was private, you dick.
I thought we was talking about this shit.
Which one? Because there's ones we
Women,
can't speak of.
just women in general, all women in general.
Um,
Okay, yeah, you do that because we got to cut all that shit out.
yeah.
That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Basically, whether straight women exist. I mean, that's the real question. Yeah. Like, it seems like every woman has some sort of gay tendency.
I mean, let me put it to you like this. I think, just because a woman does something with a girl a time or two, that don't mean she's lesbian.
Wait a second. If I sucked a dick a
Yeah,
time
you're
or two,
you're gay.
Oh.
You're marked.
It's a double standard. It's terrible, but
Okay.
it's just true.
Okay, well, like it goes a little more in depth. Like women openly admit to being tempted by other women if they're attractive. I have never been tempted by a dude. Like even if he was like,
I haven't tried.
I haven't either, but
me either. I agree with you. But there's been a few women that have tempted me.
I think there's a difference between women saying they're tempted or attracted to other women and actually going through the process. You know what I mean? Imagine, or I mean, half these girls are like, "Oh yeah, I think I'd fuck a girl," blah blah blah, and then when it comes down to it, are they going to do it? That's what's going to make them.
I
a
think they
lesbian
would.
or
Yeah,
not.
I think they would.
I don't
Like,
know.
I think it's a good percentage of women that would, and maybe we're the outliers here, but maybe a lot of men would too. But like, I don't know.
What?
A lot of men would fuck another guy.
I said maybe we're the
One,
outliers.
It's not socially acceptable when you're a male. That's one thing, and it is when you're a female. So they've got that going for them. If you're a guy and you say that you're going to do something like this, you're just like I said, marked. Guess what? You ain't getting away from that. But with the women, man, I think when it comes down to it, when that vagina is in their face, they're cringing.
Oh, dude, actually,
I like pussy, and I do too.
no, man. No, man. What I keep hearing about that is like it's not necessarily like they're not like I'd eat pussy. Like
They'd let
they're
them.
like I'd let them eat my pussy.
Yeah.
And then like
No,
I don't
you
understand the
first.
difference because I'm not like I won't suck dick, but I'd let them suck my dick. Like that's not.
Yeah, you're still not doing that
Yeah.
unless it's a glory hole and you have no clue.
I don't want to take that.
No.
chance.
Glory hole, no clue. That's what a woman's doing basically. Like, if she happened to be under the covers, look at my vagina. It's cool.
I was watching that Long
Disgusting.
Beach Griffey guy on YouTube, and he made a video and he was like with a girl and she was sucking his dick, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then he's done, and then she's like, "My turn." And he goes, "All right," and he goes to grab her down there, and he goes, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "That's my dick." And he goes, "What?" She's like, "I'm a trans." He's like, "Why didn't you tell me this?" He's like, "People are out here getting their ass beat because of this." And like, "Are you a homophobe, transphobe, and all that?" And he's like, "No, I'll do it." He's like, "I ain't." And he starts going down.
No, I'll do it. I want to be accepted.
Pretty much.
No, that's just like strange to me because like the propensity for women to just be okay with like lesbian acts versus dudes.
How many of them are proud of it too? Like I did it. Ha ha ha. But if a guy was like, "I suck dick," he's going to keep that
They're
shit
just
quiet.
they're just as proud in proportion to how attractive the woman was they did it with as same as men.
like that Facebook post I brought up on
Yeah.
an old podcast. I kissed a girl. Oh, me too. Me too. They all come out of the woodwork, dude. Every one of them.
I hate them.
But I don't know. It's just weird because like I think we've talked about this before, but like when you're a dude, especially like I don't know, like after puberty, you're just like see a movie and you're like, that's a badass dude, and then like the girl next to you is like, he's hot, and you're like, what the fuck? And then that happens like 3 or 4 times, and you're like, am I recognizing attractive men by thinking they're cool?
Yeah.
Like,
You want to look like this, not at this.
yeah.
I got you.
I mean, no, there's like movies, even in high school. I'm like, that guy looks like he's cool. Like I would hang out with that person, and then someone's like, I would fuck him, and I'm like, because I thought he was cool, that means he's attractive because you'd fuck him. And I'm like, this guy, what about him? He ain't cool. Nah, I wouldn't fuck him. And I'm like, that guy's cool though, right? And I'd fuck him. Like that's how I associated.
What
growing
about
up.
what about a piece of shit? Like that guy's a piece of shit.
Oh, they'd fuck him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why Jake's like, he's cool. I'd fuck the shit out of him.
He's such a piece of shit. He
He's
does
an
me so
alpha.
wrong, and I just can't stand him. But anyway, I fucked him.
Such a piece of shit. I just can't stay away.
Oh, I hate him. Ugh.
He had 2 of my 4 babies.
Ooh. That's sad. Sad.
Ain't seen that child support check in the 4 years they've been born.
Piece of shit. He impregnated me. He's supposed to change his ways.
I'd let him come back if he would.
He said he's changed.
He's changed. Anyway, I think like the old saying goes, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? Someone
Well, you're also
One-
conditioned to know what's pretty and handsome.
I do think there is a level of attraction that everybody recognizes. Oh, this person is attractive. But then again, there's certain qualities or certain things about each individual person that's going to be attractive to you.
Yeah.
And then me, it's not going to be,
I think everybody's attracted to them big blue eyes.
Uh-huh. What about that
Baby
big
blues.
Coke can dick?
I mean, they had to see it first, bro.
Nobody has.
Sleeper hit over here.
Anyway, so are ugly people attracted to ugly people, or
They gotta be. What's their other choice?
anybody else?
If you're
Anything better?
ugly, you can't get. anyone
I'm subtly
How
feeling
do
so
you-
much embarrassment about the conversation we've had in private for the past week.
How do you know? How do you know you're ugly?
else. When you get shot down forever.
When you look in the mirror, duh.
I mean, Brad's been looking, and not once has he figured that out.
I've always thought I'm okay. That's what I've always thought. Look in the mirror.
For a guy, as long as you're average, you can get by in life.
True.
Yeah,
true.
we're all average.
Girls, they have to be pretty to get ahead.
I'm cutting that shit out. Feminists will run with that, buddy. We only get ahead for our sexuality, and it's because you want to fuck us.
I
That's
don't think
because
you
you're
have to cut
ugly.
that out. I think
Not because you worked.
I think you could just specify that like attraction means less in men than it does in women, and that's just true.
That's what I meant. Yes.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
that's
I
just
agree with
true. Physical attraction has it, anyways. Personality means more in men than it does in women.
that. Women don't have personality. That's why.
They don't have to.
They've got vaginas.
Yeah. I've got a vagina. Help.
Yeah, I want that. I want like a cartoon that has like a chick's vagina as her conscious. Like every time she goes to like think something, it's just like a little pussy and it like tells her what to do.
We were just thinking about this earlier. Talking about making our own cartoon.
Just smile at him. You'll get your way.
I think Big Mouth done a pretty good job with stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I was
It's funny.
about to bring them up.
I never watched it.
Dude, my mamaw had big. You haven't watched Big Mouth?
You
Okay,
you
it's-
mentioned it to me. I never
it's,
seen it.
It's adult. She put it on though, and someone came over to her house to buy Joe's car, and Joe was there outside or something, and she ended up coming inside. She was sitting on the couch for some reason while Joe was doing something, and there's a little kid there too, I think, and my Uncle Charlie's like, Noreen, that's a dirty cartoon. Like they were on there showing dicks and shit. She about had a heart attack. She's like, oh, it was a cartoon. She's like, you can't put shit on the TV anymore. You're all pissed. She was like, that woman probably thought we were fucked up.
Obviously, never heard of Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I don't think we even like really tried to answer your question.
Not a bit.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
don't think we
bit.
did.
I think
I figured that would be a good, segue into it when we talk about attractiveness.
about ugly people liking ugly people.
Yeah, I mean-
I feel like you do. You
More-
have to.
Brad, you want to actually ask the question?
Like, if you're, say you're like super ugly, would you like, are you just repressing attraction to super attractive people, or are you just like not attracted to that level? Like, would your attraction stay in your quote unquote league?
Everybody's like, what?
Give me a second. Let me process the question.
As a 4, all right, let's go a little slightly below average. Are you hitting on girls or trying to get with girls that is 4s or in your league, or are you going above and beyond? And they, or not actually trying to get with, but do they see 7s and 8s as like attractive, or do they see 4s and 5s as attractive?
Or do they just see 7 8s
What-
as attractive but unattainable, so they never think about it?
Probably that would be my
Like we
line of
said,
thought.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So a 4 to them might be, a 5 or 7 to us or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I
And
think
it's also, real quick, Jake, it also depends on the guy himself. Maybe he's confident enough as a 4 to hit on an 8.
exactly.
Very
confidence.
true.
Yeah, I agree with
There-
that.
That's like a thing that we mess up a lot. Like, we like to assume that female attraction to men is like similar to men's attraction to women, and it's just fucking not.
It's not, no.
Dude, how many times if you went today and you asked some woman like what she saw, like what is attractive to her in a male, and then you go look at her man, it's a complete fucking opposite, or it's none of those qualities exist. That happens all the time.
I feel like that happens reverse too. Like you'll like ask a dude, they'll be like blonde, blue eyes,
big tits.
big tits. He's like girlfriend's complete opposite.
Yeah, the exact opposite of what I've got right now. That's what I want. And then they get that one and be like, yeah, I want a dark-haired girl with dark eyes, little thicker.
Never happy.
Never.
Just something different. That's what I want. Something different than what I have now.
I want one that likes to bitch a lot.
Next month, I want one that shut the fuck up.
You're being quiet, Jake.
Yeah, I know.
Mickey's gonna be listening to this.
I don't know.
He's not adding anything into it.
Because we're trying to answer the question, and you guys are just like starting to make jokes and shit without.
Mickey's gonna
I
come
did
through-
answer.
when she's
I did my
listening,
best.
Yeah.
dude. When she's listening, she's gonna come like bursting through the room, stomping in here. What do you want, Jake?
Different.
We'll have a recording of your death.
Yeah, I'll record it for the podcast.
You were going to answer that with something.
What, the ugly thing?
Yeah.
The whole unattainable thing. Like, I feel like they to get to that point, you're probably like hitting on 10s and stuff. Like if you're like a 3 and you're like, oh, hottest girl ever, hit on her, turn you down. Next one, it keeps happening over and over until finally you get knocked down to the pegs you can actually attain. And then you're like, these are goddamn supermodels. And it's just like a 7. You're like, look at her. She should be on TV.
Usually, I mean, in my experience, you can always tell if the other person's interested. You really just walk up and be like, bitch, you're hot. Well,
I've seen
not
it.
around here. I've never personally done that, but you can immediately tell the attraction's there on both sides. You know what I mean? If it's a fill-in or a vibe, whatever you want to call it, usually you can just tell.
Love at first sight.
Yeah,
True
I
love.
don't call it love. I call it attraction.
Chemical attraction.
Girls, when they make that eye contact on purpose, walk by and they just like look like, hey, yeah, come here, talk to me.
Stop it. You're turning me on.
Yeah.
That'd be true. You could tell for the most part.
I've never noticed that.
Because no one's attracted to you. Is that it?
I guess.
Everyone's just afraid of Vicky.
Oh.
That's all it is.
No. Even
Well,
before
how's
then, if I see someone looking, I'm like, what the fuck you looking at? Like, oh, me and my brother used to do this all the time. Like, anytime we catch someone looking at us, we'd like double take. We'd be like, look over, see them staring at us, and we'd look away, and then look back, and then we just hold contact until they looked away. Like, what are you doing?
That's why you never got fucked.
Yeah, I guess.
You were too intense.
There's this chick at the gas station, and the first time around, I had I guess that's how it was. The second time, I just confirmed it. Just walking in, like I walk in, like, hey, how you doing? It's like, hey, how are you? I was like, I'm like, good. And then she tried to continue conversation. It ain't just like, hey, how are you or whatever. I want this. And it was like, oh, I'm just standing here. My day's been kind of slow, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, and this is just that keep eye contact, slight smiles. I'm like, okay.
All you kings out there, if a girl goes out of her way to speak to you about pretty much anything, there's a chance, bro.
There's definitely
If she
a
took
chance.
time out of her day to speak to you, out of all the dudes lined up in her DMs, there's a chance for you, bro.
You should have just been like, no, I can't talk. I got 5 of you already.
I mean, I just looked at her. I'm like, you're a 4. I'm a 4, I guess.
This is doable. This is just sustainable.
I could totally do this. I'm gonna go talk to my 5 in the truck. I'll be right back.
I mean, a lot of that's true too. Like, I mean, in a situation like that, like if you were, I don't know, say you're a 4, she's like an 8. If you were like didn't act as if you were a 4 while speaking to her, it wouldn't be a problem.
if you're no longer a 4.
If you were able to like manifest the confidence of being on the same level, it's okay.
Jeremy's the master at this. He's the
Nah.
fucking master
Nah,
without
nah.
even realizing it. He walks around like, I don't give a fuck about queens. The queens are like, king,
That's you, man.
whatever.
Not me.
Yeah, you're the one calling Jeremy a king.
King. I'm in his DMs.
He's like, trying to sleep.
Jerry's like, hey man, and you're like, hey.
How was your day?
He bats them eyes at me.
Tilt that head down, give a little extra eye contact.
But yeah, women are lesbians.
I like that. Full circle. They're gender fluid. We thought.
Dude, is it just me or is it hot as fuck in here?
Is it hot in here?
Dude, I'm burning up.
I think it feels good.
I thought it felt good too.
I mean,
It's like actually slightly chilly. If I didn't have a long sleeve
Yeah,
on, I think I'd be cold.
My hands are freezing.
It's because we're talking about all these 4s and 5s, man.
I'm getting
Man, we're in your
Where they
ballpark.
burning me up.
We might as well be going through your port history, Seth.
my fuck book history. 4s and 5s.
Also, as far as like that goes with like porn and stuff, there's like we've talked about this before, but like the femme worship porn shit, there's like not very much porn geared towards women being straight.
What do you mean?
Like
a guy and a girl?
like straight porn is tailored for men. It is tailored for
I know
us
what you
to
mean.
ingest. Like lesbian porn works for women. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I really ain't watched much I mean, from the only thing I've ever heard was the girl's getting pleased and that's what they're into. And by pleased, she's getting fucking ate out. And that's what they like. That's the only thing that I've ever personally heard. So
I can emotionally connect with the pleasure she's feeling.
whatever it is, that's all I've ever heard.
That last video I watched where there were 2 dudes and they were just fucking the shit out of her. I'm not connected with that.
They should be more connected with that.
Oh, I guarantee you.
That's more like their real life actions.
If any chick is like said she never thought about like a DP, I'd be like, you're full of shit. You have.
I agree.
Because every dude's thought about banging 2 chicks. So it doesn't matter.
Jeremy's like, why stop it too?
That's too many for me, man. I want to be at 0.
They're over at his house. He's laying in his recliner. He's like, "You gonna go anytime soon?
Please get the fuck out.
Let me walk you out."
There's no eating pussy in my house. Sorry, get out.
This is the palace.
Maybe he'll be different for me.
Maybe I'll change him.
Yeah, he'll change.
Maybe if he fucks me enough, he'll love me.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, bitches, you're called out.
Damn.
That's their secret. That's their secret weapon, man.
I don't understand. How do you keep fucking me and you're not in love? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Did somebody find that golden vagina?
Their pussy might as well be a love potion in their mind.
They've all got immaculate pussies in their mind.
Ew.
I feel like every time Jake hears the word pussy, he just like cringes. He's like, "Ugh."
Just a little bit.
She doesn't like that word.
I don't like that word.
It's a pretty gross word. I'll give that to you.
Yeah, a cock ain't better.
That's got funny to it though. Like there's humor to the word cock.
What would you rather it be called, Jake? Vagina?
No,
Let me
that's
see
also
that vagina.
it's
Her
too-
love pillow.
God, I wish
Yeah.
I wish we had like all the older like slang terms for pussy right now. Like her slip or like some shit like that.
The Y.
What about like
That's what I've heard.
what about like bagoogie or something?
beaver, muff.
Beaver. Or carpet.
Yeah, that's just great. I'm gonna go home and we're back. Megan, I'm gonna kick you in the fucking beaver.
I don't have one, Brad.
Beaver, muff, wampus, cat. You know, there's like a bunch of those.
That thing.
That thing, you know what I'm saying? That thing.
What that thing smell like?
The
The last dude.
I've never said that. What that thing smell like?
Dude, who has ever said that?
Oh,
I like that answer. The last guy.
Yeah, the last guy. That's what it smells like.
At least that's honesty.
Jake, are you glad you're married or what, dude? Out of all of that shit, never have to deal that
Yeah,
again.
I'm pretty happy with it.
No, I don't blame you.
Can't trust these women these days. Find you a unicorn.
In the same field that Jake found his.
No, you gotta go somewhere else, like Target.
listen at him.
Like Target.
Listen to Seth talk like he ain't got one, man. You 3 have got unicorns. You 3 need to come up with your own fucking show. How to Get a Unicorn, starring Seth, Jake, and Brad. Narrated by Jeremy.
First rule of getting a unicorn: forget your own happiness. It doesn't exist. That's right. Keep your
Nothing.
fucking mouth shut.
Yeah,
Seth.
damn straight I am. Damn straight I am.
See that's the look of a puppy that's been hit too many times. That's what that is.
3 months is nowhere close to 2 in 6 years. I can't say shit.
It's one of those times, Jake, where you're like, "Fuck, I don't want to do this podcast."
No, he was like 6 years, and I'm like, that's a fourth of my life. I was like, Jesus.
Spent with Vicky. It is like 6 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Since 18.
Something like that.
Fuck, you guys are young, man.
Dude,
you know,
I
I'm
hear-
only a few years older than you, and I feel like an old man.
Every time I hear their age, I'm like, wait, you just turned 23? What the fuck?
Yeah, I was talking.
Let me tell you the secret. You're about to come up on a fucking hill, and it's going to go fucking down.
So there, I'm not peaked yet. It's gonna keep going.
No, you've not peaked yet. Wait
What-
till you get to about 25.
Dude, that is a good question. What's the male peak?
It's
What
supposed
is
to
the
be
peak?
25.
It depends on
Like,
on you.
mentally.
25? No.
I agree with Jeremy's answer there. It depends on you. If you really like take care of yourself, do what you're supposed to, it's in your 30s.
And if you're single and go to the gym,
Oh. My eyes got really fucking big right there.
Like low to mid 30s.
No. I think 40.
40.
Yes, closer to 40.
Good
That's peak.
Lord.
I think you could peak in your life at that point. Yes.
I'm a late bloomer.
You could.
Okay, well, what are we talking about? Peak of your life in general, peak of like your sexual viability.
I mean, life in general. But sexual viability could be peak at around 40 also if you take care of yourself and that's what you're focused on. If you're focused on your career, you're focused on your physical appearance and yourself up there, you're talking 37, 38. I think you'll be good.
Well, it still depends on
That's where you're
individual
hitting.
there, but I would say like most people, if you do what you're supposed to, mid 30s.
Well, mid 30s to 37, 38, 39. There's really not much of a
Yeah.
difference.
But generally, for all of us people who just quit caring about life after 18, 20, 22. That's your
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
You're gonna peak and you'll last 12 seconds.
So, the story of my life.
Goals.
I don't know. I think age has become something that's different to me too. Like, I don't know. When you're like 12 and you're a kid, you look at someone that's 30 years old. As
And you're like,
myself
that's
now.
an adult.
Yeah, or he's old as shit, dude.
For
I'm just
real.
like,
I never thought that.
well,
ever.
maybe not old as shit, but yeah, he's grown up. or something-
When I was
something
little, I
like
was
that.
just like, that's an adult.
yeah.
That-
Like,
that's it. I didn't go, you're old as fuck. Like even 50-year-olds, I didn't process that. Like my mama, I was like, that's just an adult.
I don't know. I kind of was like, hey, you're old.
I don't know. That was weird because I remember being I don't know, 13 and seeing somebody who's my age now, 24, and then thinking they're an adult, they're up there. And then I realized 3 years later I was the same.
Yeah, there's no
the
difference.
same, and I've been the same.
I was listening to something earlier today, and this guy was like, I think what you hit 22, you keep that same brain, whatever, how you feel.
Damn it, like 25.
Well,
You're supposed to quit growing completely at 25.
Yes.
I don't know how old this guy was, but he's like, I feel the same as I did when I was 22. And I think he's 35 maybe.
Mhm.
And I'm just I feel the same way as I did when I was 10 or 11, and I'm 24. So I'm like, where does that transition? I
Definitely
don't feel
15, 16 for me there.
I had all the knowledge that's in my head right now. I got it when I was 11.
So he don't know shit.
No, I don't. I mean,
Jake
I'm
ain't
an
learned
old,
nothing.
I'm an old soul. I started at an early age. I was like, the world is terrible.
Well, I feel like your personality and values and shit, you pretty much are setting those by 15, 16, something like that. You just learn and tweak past that.
I feel like the same as I did when I was 11.
Well, Jake, if you ever need to learn anything, Brad will come up with these elaborate questions to talk to you about for
Man, I got a lot.
for 48 hours.
I'm gonna start my own fucking podcast.
You're going to have to figure out the words he uses first and then understand the question. Understand what the words
I've had to go
mean.
through the process. You do too.
Anyways, yeah, like I said, just since I was 11, I felt the same exact way as I do now. Nothing's changed mentally. I'm just everything, same thought process, same track of mind.
I don't know. I used to think 50 was old.
Mhm.
Now I don't really even feel that way anymore.
And once
you know
you
what I
get
mean?
close to it,
It starts
the
changing.
closer
once
I
you're-
get.
once you walk through the house, you see it a little different. you know?
right now you're 70's old. You're gonna be
Yes.
90's old.
That's it. I mean, Lou's been kicking for a little bit, right? But I think I'm starting to see his age catch up to him now. You know what I mean?
That's true.
If you look at him now versus when we I don't know.
We're doing
for
frozen dairy.
Yes, or the last 10 years. It's kind of like he's been more healthier, and now it's starting to slowly.
Well, he was way more active doing what he was doing before it. Now he's
True.
not doing that.
I agree with
Dude,
that.
That's 8 hours of exercise that he lost.
Also, I mean, the older you get, like, I just think it seems like old age seems to be something that catches up with you quick. Okay. Like once you stop, the minute you stop and it like hits you all at once, it
Yeah.
seems like, you know?
And you don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like if he was running 5K marathons or whatever once a week, and then he just stopped doing it, he would never run another one again because he wouldn't feel like it. It would hurt.
Well, I mean, all right. So let's talk about someone that's like 65. You see them moving around just fine, and they're living just fine, and they seem like they're 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like bad health hits all at once. Like once one thing happens, it seems to just it's like they look healthy and everything, and then it's like a roller coaster, it just drops.
Something puts them out for a minute and it all catches up.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, exercise, diet, where he quit moving around for 8 hours of the day. And now he's just standing in one spot. I think that's what did it to him, really.
Yeah, I told you about that. Like a mom turned 50, dad's about to. Like that like hit me like weird because like mentally to me they've been in their 40s like my entire life is what it seems like. And then like if I go like a month not seeing my mom and I see her, she's got some gray, I can see like some age like hitting her, you know, like it like makes me realize that like, oh shit, like they are like getting old, you know, like it's not like you could tell.
Yeah, well, you two's been 23 for the past 5 years in my eyes.
I was 12 when I started, remember?
Just turned 13.
We were at 18 fresh out the gate, buddy.
I was like, I remember when I was in middle school.
Yesterday.
I told you that you were our
I miss
age
that
now
shit.
when we started.
Yeah. But I don't really see much of a difference. I mean, I can see a difference, but I'm just saying.
You also have seen us for more or less at least once a week for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Fucking close to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
It's hard to notice change when you're always around.
That too.
I noticed that change.
If it's really
You're not
rapid.
always around, asshole,
Man.
and it is rapid.
Man, his ass, he pulled over like the chair in the
Aw.
break room. I'll save this for now. He pulled the fucking chair over to like show me a video or a picture or some shit. And that's where that chair about fucking broke, dude. I'm not even kidding. Like it fucking like almost snapped. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, dude, I'll refrain from the obvious jokes for now, but
Dude,
man.
I forgot about that. I felt like shit. I'm like, damn, dude.
Was it a flimsy chair? Or
It's one like the
the metal ones?
yeah. I
It
don't
didn't
remember.
have the ball on like one of the legs.
Yeah, what happened was like the backrest, it goes into a groove, and where I was scooting it sideways, it popped out of the groove, so
Sure.
it looked like it. You gotta explain you're wrong,
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Gotta explain you're wrong.
That's an old rule.
Yes, sir.
I did break one of those folding chairs in the computer room. I was back there checking something like 3 months ago. I can't remember. And just the seat broke on one side and I almost got jabbed with the pole. Those things are pieces of shit, though.
You just saved me, Jake. I appreciate
No problem.
that.
I'll jump in. Like,
I immediately started fucking like horse laughing as soon as the chair creaked.
You should have laughed a whole lot harder. I should have sat on the floor and showed you that video.
right then, he was plotting this. He was just like,
He put it down his nose.
Yeah,
podcast
I'm gonna bring this
material.
up.
Gotta save this laugh for the podcast.
It's no fun. It was just us back there. What was
It
I
was,
gonna
yeah,
do?
it was just us.
Make fun of you in front of OGP? No, I gotta do it here.
I don't want to go back to work tomorrow, man.
I've missed you. I don't have anyone to complain to.
Yeah, you
about
do.
Seth.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dude, there for a minute, I would run in the meat room at the end of the day, and I'd just bitch to Jeremy. I'm like, I know you don't want to hear it, but I have to. And he's like, it's okay. He just let it out.
I know who's
Shoulder to
missing
cry
Jeremy.
on.
Do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a person in produce that's been missing the hell out of Jeremy.
Who the fuck is that?
She likes big hairy men.
Am I hairy?
Every time you pick up a pallet, but you leave a puddle down there from the wetness.
I'm gonna stop picking them up.
I love me big burly hairy men, just big old men, man.
Let me ask that again. Am I hairy?
I don't
know.
know.
I don't think I am.
I don't know.
No, he's got to check.
That's just how she described it.
He's gonna go home and shave head to toe, eyebrows
I'm gonna
too.
get in the shower like I'm a rape victim.
Like that Ace Ventura scene.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Your
Burning
gun,
his clothes.
your gun is digging into my hip.
It's fucking gold. Well, I don't know how to segue into this, but the interstate over here, where they've been doing construction on it for like, what is it?
20 years.
Yeah. It's like 7, I think, at least. Anyway, yeah, the people that were doing the interstate, they got fired because they were taking too long. Like, they were supposed to have it done in like 2 years, and it took 6, and they weren't even halfway done with it. So they hired a new group of people, and they have to tear down everything they did like in the middle for some reason. They say they can get it done in 2 years. So it's back to that.
Man, I feel like that's some sort of like scam.
Yeah.
Like
Most definitely.
like somebody in some kind of office somewhere is raking in cash off of that.
Well, the whole team was like,
You know,
we'll stretch
actually,
this out as far as we
Here's
can.
here's
I
your
hate
conspiracy theory for here, because I know you're talking about towards like 141, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like truckers get tickets all the time on that road, constantly. Like, if anytime you've ever been to the courthouse, there's truckers, constantly. So maybe it's something like that. It's like a revenue thing, man. Like, there's a different thing for
Or are they
traffic
getting
laws.
tickets?
Dude, for this county, that
Yeah.
that be the revenue. We got too many people from up north coming. Like, Norris Lake itself is the biggest money racketing thing for our county. I don't know if we would need that.
I hate that
Honestly.
interstate, man. Like, they're doing construction right there, but there's potholes on both sides of the road.
Yeah.
Huge fucking potholes. That's where I got my first fucking flat in my car ever.
You're going to Jellicoe, right?
On my way back from Jellicoe. It was close to Campbell County's exit right there. I hit the biggest pothole I've ever seen in my life, and it fucked my tire up. And I wasn't the only one. It was like 4 other cars before me, because the tow truck guy's like, yeah, it's happened all day. And I'm like, all day? And they haven't fucking fixed
I
it?
bet
They
there's-
should.
I bet there's some like weird thing there, like where like they hire a company to do the construction, but it's like the state department's job to fill in
Yeah, well,
potholes.
they didn't fucking
So-
do it.
With the pothole thing, man, your car or you getting that flat or whatever, that they should have to pay for that.
Yeah,
you
there's-
can get them to.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I was going to say, since you're going to Jellicoe, I mean, you can always go the other route, but there's a bunch of potholes that way too.
Yeah. Potholes everywhere.
Yeah.
My tax dollars at work.
I forgot what that's called. Look at that. I don't.
25.
Yeah, 25W. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
I don't really like that road.
I love
it's
that road.
peaceful.
I like
think
it
it's peaceful
when there's
too.
no
Mhm.
cars around, but half the time I'm going back there and I'm not evil Knievel, and I don't
Yes.
take that road often, so I'm just doing the speed limit. I'll go like
Whoever
5,
gets
10
on
over.
your ass.
I feel like a dickhead because I'm doing the speed limit or 5 over, and this guy behind me is wanting to go 90, and I'm like, I don't know this road. I don't want to
Yeah.
go flying.
They ride your ass the whole way if you don't pull over.
man. I used to take like a weekly ride up there with my mom and my nephew to drop him off up to what the fuck is that? Like where you come out the other side in Kentucky. What is that place?
I have no
Fuck.
idea.
It's called fuck.
I don't fucking remember. Anyways, when you go all the way out to the interstate at the other end, right?
Yeah.
Like we would take that drive. It's like, I don't know, probably 45 minutes, something like that. And I always thought that was like a really peaceful drive up there. It was nice.
My phone signal will always go out. And there's something about not having any connection. You know what I mean? No one can get a hold of you, and it's just automatic peace. That's the way I feel.
I feel you. I remember when I was younger, like 12, and my mama, she liked going up on White Oak a lot. And the first time I went up there with her, she's like, yeah, I want to go for a drive. You want to come with me? I'm like, sure, why not? Spend time with her. We went on up White Oak, and she let me know we were going there. And I was like, okay. We were over there for like 4 or 5 hours just driving around. I wanted to kill myself. I was like, I'm all about driving the back road, but damn. She's like, look at that. And I'm like, we've passed it 7 times. I know. There's nothing else to look at.
When you started that story, and you was like, I might as well go. I was just picturing you in the car ride, like looking out the window going, ooh, here's a good place for me to kill myself.
Well, there's something about going up there, dude, where it's like, this is a place you could truly get lost. You know, like that's a wide open expanse.
That's half my goal for the camping trip, man, was just that factor alone.
Like, get away from everything.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
Oh, you said you paid, or you're paying for the.
I don't think you have to pay. You just got to let them know.
Oh, oh,
Like it's like a reservation. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
reserve the spot or something.
Oh.
Which,
Pay like the visitor center when you get there or some shit.
yeah, I don't know why. I ain't talked to I ain't talked to him to find out exactly why, but I don't know if it's because we're leaving our vehicles there or there's only so many spots for people to camp. Because I'll just go in the middle of the woods and camp if it's something like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I
Well-
don't have to have the camping spot. I don't want that anyway. That's like going to Cove Lake and putting up a tent. I don't like that.
Mhm.
The camper park. Oh yeah.
Like that's not camping to me.
You probably have to pay parking, and that's it.
Maybe that might be it.
Oh, speaking of Cove Lake, dude, it's kind of slightly off topic, but have you ever rented a boat there?
Yes.
Went out?
Mhm.
How much was it?
The paddle
Like,
boats.
Either or. I think it was like $10, maybe less than that actually.
I'm tempted.
I thought it was like 8. If you bring your own trolling motor too, you can use that. But there's certain one of the boats too that have live wells in them. That's cool.
I'm tempted to do that and just fish on the lake.
That would be good for you with
Yeah.
your bass fishing you want to do
Yeah.
because that's what most people do there.
What the hell's a live well?
It's where you keep fish. It's like the water comes up into the
Oh,
boat,
That's badass.
and you can drop fish in there and like keep them alive.
I was just wondering because somebody mentioned that the other day, and I've heard it before, and I was like, I've never done that. I need
It's
to do
really
it.
it's really cheap actually. I mean, $10 unless it's went up because it's been like 7 years since I've done it.
Jeremy's like, no.
You didn't do it, did you?
Fuck no, I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. I just remember me, Darian, and somebody went. Didn't catch a fucking thing. Nothing. Dude, Darian had this bluegill that was this damn big on the bottom of one fishing pole that was on the bottom of the lake. He's like, I'll catch something big with that. I'm like, it's Cove Lake. All that's in here is bluegill smaller than that.
There's decent bass in there.
There is. I mean, but it's not a lake that I fish much.
I remember this one time I went to go fishing at Cove Lake, and my mom's boyfriend at the time, he was at the pier, and I was meeting him there. Like, we pulled up to Cove Lake, and I got out, and I had my fucking fishing tackle, my fishing pole, and I was all excited, and I was walking up to the pier, and I was like, "Hey, man!" Like waving at him, and he turns around, and he's like, "Hey!" and his fucking teeth flew out of his mouth, and they went in the lake,
Wow.
and he lost his teeth. I felt like dog shit. I was like, if I didn't yell at him and wave at him, he wouldn't have lost his teeth.
It
I
wasn't-
felt awful.
That wasn't Cookie Monster, was
no,
it?
no.
Okay.
That's
I was like,
insane.
oh my god, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's not your fault. It's
Yeah, it's
fine."
not your fault.
And I was like, I like that guy. I felt awful
I
for it.
kind of wish that was Cookie Monster because he had no teeth, and after that was the story why, that
No.
would have been fucking hilarious.
No, he just had no teeth because
There's two interesting spots at Cove Lake. There's that spot that's a waterfall that falls off over there. It's like if you're heading to Caryville on the road, it's over there on the right. And you can actually, if you rent a boat and you get too close, you can fall off over there. And then if you're heading to Caryville, and the park's here on your
Never
right,
mind.
way up this way, there's a creek that comes into the lake or whatever. And I've heard there's a huge bluegill there, and that's a good spot to fish. Me and Kinsey went to White Bridge yesterday, and rode bikes. And dude, the water looked so muddy, like the whole lake looked dirty. I thought of you. I was like, Brax should be out here fishing now, or maybe he's out somewhere fishing. And he's probably having luck.
No, I wouldn't. But I feel like if it was like Wednesday and I was gonna have luck that day, that's the day I wouldn't. I would fish Tuesday and Thursday. Like that's how that works for me.
Dude, we went shooting yesterday too.
Who's we?
Me, Kinsey, and Kayla.
Did you have fun?
A blast.
Fuck, I ain't been shooting in forever, man.
It's been a while for me too, and I've been wanting to do that. Went through 100 rounds of 22, 90 rounds of 223, and 16 rounds of 45.
I'm glad you got it counted up.
Yeah, I did.
How much have I got to replace?
Yeah. I mean, I already had the magazines loaded on the
Did you go out to that spot that we went before?
not by the lake, but up.
Where
yeah,
we
when we went with Chase.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
spot. There was actually people shooting across from me, and they were already shooting when I got there. I asked them if they don't mind. I'll shoot the opposite direction. But dude, I set targets up and had Kinsey with that 22 pistol. I told her, I was like, you got 5 shots per target and shoot as fast as you can. And had her like, people's going to give me shit for this probably, like kind of like, like run through like a drill. And it was pretty cool. Like I was like, shoot as fast and accurate as you can. Pop, 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 pop. And went on down the line. It was pretty cool.
did you get any
Nice.
of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She hit it. I mean, several of them within like 2 shots, but it wasn't that fast. It was aim, pop, pop, and then she hit it, and
It's
moved
fast for
on.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I was sitting here thinking we should go shooting again.
I'm down.
We gotta do this stupid fucking podcast, or we could have.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking podcast. Like apparently we have one day, just one day. That's the only time we can do anything. It's just like so we can do the podcast, or we can shoot, or we can like do something else. Like we can only do one.
How many plans have we made and not went through with them?
A lot.
Exactly.
Hey, we made some plans and did do it.
I don't know if it's just adulthood or what, but we're all fucking pieces of shit.
Well, you got to give me a year notice. That way I can get that day off.
You got to get the dog hair off of you.
Yeah.
No, a year notice.
Justin.
Year notice because he only needs a month in advance to get the day off, but he needs 11 months to convince Vicky it's okay. There he goes.
To mentally prepare for it, dude.
I'm excited for this camping trip.
Dude, are we gonna go rain or snow or rain, snow, sunshine,
If
whatever?
it snows, maybe not. But
But I mean, if we cancel it, that's it.
yeah,
We ain't going
We ain't
again.
friends.
Yeah, first we ain't friends. Second,
did
what,
you
we,
already-
we won't go till fucking fall.
Did you reserve the spot?
I ain't got on the website
Okay.
yet, no. But yes,
You
I will
should-
say
yeah, you
yes.
should
That
just-
way,
I mean,
you guys
if you
can't
reserve
fucking
it,
cancel
we
it.
gotta go. But like how we were planning, we wanted to look at that week and see what the weather was, and just
2 weeks in advance or
Yeah.
something.
all that week or something. I'm doing it. It's gonna be on.
I mean, we can get a tarp and tie a tarp to 4 fucking trees and get under it if we have to.
We can tie a tarp to the person in the front, the person in the back, and just waddle up a hill.
Oh yeah, that sounds like Jake. The rest of us will put a tarp to us while he stands under it.
Yeah.
That sounds like him. Yeah.
King,
Yeah.
King Morale over here.
Someone has to pick me up.
But no, like I don't imagine it piss pouring the fucking.
We're gonna be
rain,
in the
man.
woods anyway, so
Exactly. That'll
it's gonna shade some of it.
shade some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it. Don't worry.
Good.
All right, question. Wayne asks why it was all right for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion to grind on stage at the Grammys, but every other year they had an issue with anything else. And his examples are some woman, her dress ripped or something, and she got shit on for it. And the other year, Britney and some woman kissed on stage, and everybody threw a fucking fit. But they get to go on stage and scissor, as he says.
They're not going to have a problem with them kissing on stage now, I promise you.
Oh yeah, definitely
No.
not now.
They're going to throw them a fucking parade.
Me
too, girl.
I don't watch the Grammys. I have absolutely nothing to say about it.
Why is it?
My question is, who
Okay.
watches the Grammys?
Yeah.
He didn't watch it. He
Brad
heard
and
about
Wayne.
it.
I saw a Ben Shapiro thing about it. That's why I watched it. But
Ben Shapiro.
what the fuck?
Let's just say hypothetically you're approaching orgasm. That will never not be funny to me.
Man, I think like that's the wrong. The reason why is because the culture now is okay with songs like WAP. That's why.
The number one song of 2020.
Culture. That's the reason. We've shifted to being okay with that. Apparently, that's professional.
So next question.
Anyways.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that question. I can't answer it.
All right, the other question.
I wanted fun questions, man.
Yeah, I got one for you. Listener Noah asked, shout out. What's your favorite childhood memory?
Oh, god damn it.
This was definitely something I
Man.
should have mentioned to you guys. That way someone could be
This
prepared.
has potential to get sad. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I thought too.
Favorite memory?
I was like, this could
Yeah.
be like some meaningful sad shit. Why are we doing this?
I guess what age would childhood consist of? Like
Until you
Until you understand.
until you start worrying about titties.
Yeah.
That's when childhood ends.
all right, so 12. Play for me it would have to be I don't know, man, playing basketball and playing football and playing Madden, just sports with my cousins. That's it. Loved it.
It's kind of like mine. Anytime me and my cousins were hanging out, like I fucking hated going outside, but we'd go outside and do anything, and it was awesome.
Go
But
play in the woods or something.
me and
that was
Austin
the best.
we were fucking weird. So we go out there. We made a fucking paintball course out in the woods. It wasn't like perfect, but we got like plywood, nailed it up into trees, and dug holes and shit.
Did y'all have paintball guns?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
Well, it was awesome, except it was just me and him, so it was one on one. But we got Joe down there, and we did like a free for all. We didn't team up and shoot the fuck out of them.
You're
like
full of
they-
shit.
That's what I was expecting.
No,
yeah.
no, we didn't. We
Well,
were
you missed out, bro.
we were a little older when we did this. We were like 13 or 14, so we weren't complete dickheads. If we were like 9 or 11 and he was like 4 years younger than us, we'd been like, all right, we'll tell you when we start. We'd sneak up on him and shoot him in the ass.
Joe,
No.
go stand over there and hold this target.
But yeah, I really had fun doing that shit. And while I'm thinking about it, there's this one time we were playing fucking like BB guns or something. We were shooting his brother, my oldest cousin. And he ends up getting the gun and he's like, oh, let me shoot at you, see if I can hit you. And he started chasing us. And me and Austin ran down this steep fucking hill, like into the woods. It was super steep. And we were booking it because we didn't want to get shot with this BB gun. It was kind of like a shotgun BB gun.
Yeah.
And I just remember me and him were right beside each other, running as fast as we fucking could. And he hits like a root on the ground, and it catches his foot, like wraps it right under. And he ends up barreling down it. He fucked his ankle up. I saw it too. It was like slow-mo when it happened. He yanked forward. It was crazy. I felt awful for him. That's the end of the story, though. So.
I forgot. That reminded me. We used to play guns when I was younger. I'm thinking like 9 years old or something. And they'd be like 5 or 6 of us together. And I mean, we didn't have BB guns or paintball guns. We had like toy guns. And what we would do is you'd call out the shot. You know what I mean? Like if you saw somebody under a bush or whatever, be like, Noah, you're under that bush. You're dead. You're dead. And you'd call out the shot. And that was also awesome.
I remember having one of my BB guns when I was younger. I'm like 9 years older than my brother, right? And I had to been like 13 at the time. And I had a liver action BB gun, and I had just gotten it, and I was sitting in the chair at my mom's house, and he was on my side, like looking at the gun with me. And I didn't have any BBs in it, thank God. But he pulled it up, and my finger went off on the trigger, and it was right on his cheek, right next to his eye. And I seen the air shoot out from the BB gun. And I was like, oh, thank God. That would have been my fault. I'd have felt bad.
Broke his cheekbone or some shit.
No, it had put his eye out.
Oh, damn.
I mean, same answer to that. Just like when I was like younger, was playing with my brother, like going outside, dicking around, and going inside playing video games, like just hanging out, man.
This is going to sound stupid, but I told my sister this the other day. I don't talk to her a whole lot. But my dad and my stepmom used to get in these fucking hilarious arguments, man. And I would love to hear one of them again. It's fucking hilarious.
Jeremy's favorite childhood memory.
Arguing.
Watching them just fucking argue, and he's like, dumbasses.
It was funny.
Just fucking eating popcorn, laying on his recliner.
I didn't have a recliner yet.
Is it time for you guys to go yet?
Done that for a little bit with airsoft with Charlie and all his friends.
I never
Yeah.
did it.
But I was like probably 13 or something at that time, and they were all way older than me. But you know, we all had a bunch of airsoft guns, and we went out Little Egypt and would play. And
Oh,
stuff
that'd be
like that.
awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty badass.
I'd shoot the other people hiking up there.
Yeah, man. People did seem to get irritated that we were out there, like people walking up and down.
Yeah, it's
We were
just a
like sneaking
popular
through the
area.
fucking grass and shit, shooting each other.
What's wrong with these people?
Did it up at my house in the woods there too. It was pretty fun.
We got one more question. Question from listener K-Dog. Okay. What do each of the kings think of this? Opinions? And could you live in that situation? Live in a cage home for 5 years. Would you rather live in a cage home or on the streets? He sent a video, and it's basically Hong Kong. They have to live in tiny, tiny homes, like the size of a parking spot.
Smaller.
And
And they're like cages, like stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
and the rent's pretty ridiculous for that spot.
And basically the question said, would you live there? Could you live there for 5 years, or would you rather live on the streets? And we watched the video, and I mean, the streets are more open, but it still looks like pure shit.
What would you pick?
The woods.
The woods?
Yes.
I feel like
Live off the land?
I mean, maybe not live off the land. I don't know. It's also, that question's also hard because are you single or do you have a family? The minute you got a family, everything changes.
Okay, hypothetically, let's just go with you having Kinsey.
You don't have a queen either, so
Yeah, you don't have a
ain't gotta
queen.
worry about protecting her.
Okay, so we're out in the middle of the woods and we're just fine.
You and Kinsey?
Yes.
But if you have a queen, you got to have a little parking spot.
No, I'd get rid of the queen.
Oh, I can't afford you.
I'd leave her in the parking spot.
I'm about to say you got to back up that question real quick because I'm about to be like, you think your queen
No.
needs more protection
No.
than your kid?
No, we would spend a week because that would be all I could afford in that cage home, and then I'd lock her in there.
You keep her.
Man, I think like if they're able to do it anyways, like yeah, in the woods, if you could buy like a fucking tiny house, you could fucking put
Out there.
a shipping container,
Well,
some shit.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, or a tent.
Yeah,
It said that 75% of the land was not built on
Yeah,
what is
being
called.
used.
Yeah, whatever that's called. So I don't know how the rules and stuff are over there. It's kind of hard to say.
Worst case, I'm just fucking leaving the country. There's no way. I hate people. I'm not living in a house with like 30 people in a little cage.
You
That-
share a bathroom.
Yeah, and
you
there's
share
no
a
privacy.
kitchen.
I mean
They-
maybe it's easier to answer that if we put it here. Like if it was like that here, you only had a choice to live in like a little cage thing like that here or out in the woods.
Dude, I have said
Cowboys.
this for years. I mean, it's like being in the hood or in a ghetto. Leave.
Yep.
Leave.
True.
I mean, you could always do that. Well, here at least. I don't know about there, but you can always hop a train, go to the next, walk, do something, and get to the next state, get to an area that's better. Go take you a bath in the water and go start working at McDonald's and save your money. Go do something, man.
And there's plenty of tip services out there as far as America goes.
Yeah. I mean,
that'll get you a job.
There's a reason we are the land of opportunity because everybody's got a shot to do something.
My mind's just blown over the cages, though. There was just no privacy. It was see-through. It was basically a chain link fence in a way. It was just like, yeah, this is where I sleep. Everybody watches each other.
Your neighbor's beating off, so you join him.
I mean, I'm sure prison rules apply. You know, you put a towel up if you're gonna get down. You know, like
But you still hear the smacking.
Jesus.
He ate over there patting out hamburgers.
All right, moving into Mediocre Movie Minute. This episode, we had The Boy. So, Brad, this is your movie. Your thoughts?
My thoughts on it. Man, I wish I could remember my ratings. I have to like my ratings for other movies. I have to hold myself accountable to a standard.
We need to start writing this down.
Yeah. 6.5. 6.5. I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it like the twist in it. I didn't expect at all.
I didn't. The first time I watched it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, damn.
I did not think that was happening.
But if you pay attention, the first 10 minutes of the movie, they tell you basically everything but come out and say it is like, yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
I mean, the dad alone is outside. And he's like,
It's not what it looks like.
yeah, it's not what it looks like. I was like, I know from the outside this looks crazy, but he's with us.
yeah, but it like makes you think. Like I think I was talking to Jake about this a little bit, but like I think that it like points you towards like a supernatural idea.
Yes.
And I was thinking like maybe his fucking like bodies or like his ashes are in the doll or some shit like that. He's here. They never found his body. It's like in the house somewhere, and he's like possessing. You know, like the on cell factor alone, it was pretty good for me.
Even when the head breaks and the dust comes out, and then at the end the whole house is rattling, you still
Yeah.
think all the way up to that moment that
When
it's
it's just
supernatural.
his 8-foot ass fucking storming through
he,
the walls.
he really wasn't that big, thank God. That's what I was talking to Jake about actually earlier.
He was just really tall.
Yeah, he did look like he was like 6'3" or something, but I was happy with the fact that he wasn't some overgrown, muscular, humongous dude that was
Yeah.
invincible.
He's got
he was
a
realistic.
P90X in the wall.
Yeah. He wasn't invincible. He was a man.
But- Yeah, I give it 6.5. Yeah, I'll give it 6.5.
I give it a 5. I give a lot of movies a 5 because it's average. It's 5. I didn't like how at the end, whenever the boyfriend finds her because of some stupid kid giving him the
A
address.
9-year-old that knows an address.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But he smashes the head in, and then the house starts shaking, and it was because of that guy. And
Yeah.
even like the lights bulb, didn't the light bulbs bust too?
The-
they were
it
flickering.
flickered.
Oh, they
Right.
flickered.
I'm guessing he ran by that spot.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't like that.
I was thinking that, or maybe he's just like fucking with wire and just
Yeah,
fucking
get him
with
to come
everything.
over there.
I don't know.
Here I come.
He was coming. No, I'm guessing he like hit it, maybe hit the wiring. I mean, the whole inside of this house where he can move around. You know, I don't know why he had to hide in the fucking walls to begin with.
No,
Because he killed that girl and he didn't want to get found out.
Oh yeah, and he had to die in the fire.
Yeah.
I guess so.
faked his death,
Yeah, but you would think the parents would let him live in the house.
Mhm.
You don't have to hide in the walls if no one's there.
be
Yeah.
in the fucking attic at least or some
Yeah.
shit.
I don't know.
Do you think he was fucking that mannequin?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
definitely.
You too?
Yes.
That part happened so quickly too. You know, the letter from the mother and father, the
Yeah.
mannequin thing, and it's like a whole 15-second part. She's like, "Oh my gosh," and she figures it all out.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want to say she was okay with it, but she was calm until she seen her dress like on the mannequin. That's
Yeah.
when she flipped.
She's like totally calm about there being a dude in the fucking walls, but the fact that he probably like jerked off to the thought of her was too far.
Ew.
Too far. How much is this dry cleaning going to cost? To get cum stains off of my dress.
The most unreal. I give it a 6, by the way. It's slightly better than average. It's a good. The story and stuff I love, but the only real unrealistic part that I did not like was when she's putting him to sleep and she goes to give him a kiss or whatever, and she stabs him,
Yeah.
and then he knocks her 130-pound body
Yeah, he like
8 foot up in the air and then against the wall.
yeah,
Any one of us, I'd love to see one of us lay flat, throw 100
Yeah.
pounds like that off.
yeah,
of
just
us.
like he like
Adrenaline.
threw her.
I guess
He did throw her
I will
hard
give
as
you that,
fuck,
but
though.
yeah.
I remember it too. I'm like, okay.
I was like, well, okay, this was all realistic at that moment.
Yeah, that was like pushing it a little bit.
I hate whenever somebody goes to stab somebody bad, and they always stab them in the gut. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is.
Man,
we'll be able
motherfucker,
to
I would
fight
have
back.
slid that fucking knife in his throat. Like
Yeah,
that's what would have happened.
The temple was my thought.
Like,
Bam, right in the side of the head. He ain't getting up now.
that's a pet peeve with movies too. They always stab him in the fucking gut or the chest. Like, no, go fucking
Get that throat, boy.
Oh yeah.
And her boyfriend was such a pussy.
Yeah.
He was like real tough and abusive.
Mhm.
Well, that's
And
how-
the guy comes out of the wall and he gets his ass whooped.
I think that was on purpose, so it wouldn't be a 2-on-1 thing.
And plus, because he's a piece
Maybe.
of shit, so they needed closure on him getting the shit kicked out of him.
I agree with that.
I'm
one.
not saying I didn't like it. It's just like you're a puss.
What did he do wrong? I don't understand.
I think I'd give it about a 5 or a 5.5. It was gonna be lower, like 3 maybe, up until the halfway point of the movie. Once I found out it wasn't supernatural, I just wasn't into it. I was like, God, man, what another fucking supernatural movie? And I was just like, I hate it. I was like, none of this makes sense.
Jake just doesn't want to watch the movies. That's like,
Dude, I'm telling you, if it's not some shit movie
No.
where a guy farts,
The only
And it-
supernatural movies I like is The Conjuring. I can watch The Exorcist and stuff, like something tangible, but like ghosties, I don't really care for dolls. At least Chucky like fucking moves in front of you, and it's a slasher film, so you're not bored. But it was like, yeah, he's alive, he moves around, but you won't see it ever.
okay, so Jake's not a fan of suspense. That's what I'm hearing.
So like she'd leave the room, the doll would move. I'm like, that's fucking gay. I don't care about that.
I like
It's like,
how that-
oh, he moved to the bed now.
I like how I explained that by him coming out moving the doll too.
Yeah.
Like that's how that was
Yeah.
happening, just
Plus-
to fuck with him.
That's what made the rating for me go higher, though. Once I found that, it saved it.
the childish voice he had.
Yeah.
Like
Creepy.
that played it off as in it was the doll the whole time.
Yeah,
And then he's like, Greta, don't you want to play?
fucking
Fuck
creepy.
me.
Oh,
Kiss?
I told Jake this too. There's a second one like the boy too, but I can't be good because like it just you already know that he's in the fucking walls. Unless maybe the second one he's actually a spirit that time. I don't fucking know. But you
No,
know,
at the end, I don't know if you've seen this, but he put the doll back
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Fuck that.
I think the second one would probably be you watching, knowing he's in the wall, and these people don't. And you're like, oh, you fucking idiots! He's in the wall. You know it. You got to see it.
Maybe
And you see him like sneaking around, lurking and stuff.
I had never seen the movie. Apparently, it was a popular movie when it came out, but I'd never seen it.
It was better than what I thought it was going to be. It was just like I said, I'm not into supernatural stuff. So once it turned out to be an actual person, it made it cooler.
I know that the doll wasn't alive or haunted or anything, but I will never let a doll fucking terrorize me. I will not do it. Just
Man.
eat nothing.
Man, I'd have burned that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 5 minutes into the creepy shit, I'd be like, "You're getting fucking thrown in the fireplace, like burnt, and I'm gone. I'm leaving."
What would have happened if the guy hadn't come and busted the doll? How would that have ended?
I have no idea. She would have stayed there.
Probably. Yeah.
He would have got increasingly jealous of the
Dude,
grocery man.
eventually would have killed him.
yeah. That's the way I see it.
He cock blocked that guy. Didn't
Oh, that was
Yeah.
another theory. Like I was getting while watching it too. Like the grocery dude. I was like, is this dude him? Like he's like I thought like, oh, he is alive, but he's the grocery guy. Like he has a different like identity. You know?
Yeah, you two could be the same age right now.
Yeah.
he?
Yeah. They kind of like play at that a little.
Hinted
Yeah.
too much,
I had something else to say.
dude. When
Yeah.
when she was upstairs and she fell and hit her head in the attic or whatever, straight out of the shower. I'm like, bitch, you just laid up there in the dirt and shit. You're crawling around barefooted. Like,
Yeah.
this is just gross.
It's not good to be knocked out unconscious for 12 hours.
Yeah.
That does bad stuff to your brain.
It was like nighttime when she like, knocked out. Then it was daytime when she woke up.
There was one part in the movie I really didn't like, the way the main character acted. Like she saw the doll sitting in a different spot on the bed, and she slammed the door and started like freaking out, and she threw a phone. I guess it wasn't working, but she was like just screaming and crying. I'm like, it's a fucking doll. Like it just, she
Well, I
was
think that's
like
what-
over the top, and then she's like, oh, he made me peanut butter jelly. I'm happy now.
Uh-huh.
I think that was when she like was realizing it was really fucking with her. So she went to call somebody and the phone was disconnected.
I don't think the phone was disconnected. I think he had another line open.
And she could hear it.
Yeah, so it was like she tried to use the phone and couldn't, because I don't know if you noticed this, that when she picked it back up after the peanut butter and jelly stuff, it was working again. So you know what I mean? It was kind of like he was fucking with her, like, oh, you have no communication or no way to get out. And then, oh, I made you a peanut butter jelly. And then she starts sympathizing with him. Oh, he's just a little boy that wants to be played with and took care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking he was like a spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
I love doing that.
You can
Well, I think
feed
that-
on my titty.
What does that even out at? Like a 6 or
Something like that.
I give it a 5.
yeah,
I
5
said
and a half.
5, 6.5. You said
6.
6.
Yeah.
You said
5.5.
5.5. So
6 is fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just the way you guys say yeah, it makes me want to do that.
She doesn't like that.
Gonna have to start telling Vicky to say yeah more.
We should do that. We should do like a solid 30-minute period where we're just until she fucking gets pissed off and comes in.
Right in the middle of the podcast, all the listeners get to hear it too. We all sit here and just fucking moan.
And when she walks in here, we should all point our mics to her like,
All right.
Jake's like already flinching. He's like, shit.
Don't joke like that, guys.
All right. The next movie is going to be The Green Inferno. It's a fucked up movie. It was made in 2013. It's an hour and 40 minutes, rated R. It says a group of student activists travels to the Amazon to save the rainforest and soon discover that they are not alone and that no good deed goes unpunished. Jeremy, you should read these from now on. I'll just like you reading them better.
That
I
sexy
know.
Your voice is soothing.
Well, this
Thank
is
you.
Mediocre. It's a 5.3 on IMDb. Media score is 38. Does it have Rotten Tomatoes?
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes anyway.
And it's directed by Eli Roth. I know he made a bunch of good movies.
I've heard of him.
Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head.
That's pretty much all I know off the top of my head here. Let's see. I don't recognize anybody. The guy off of Spy Kids is in it. The kid. First Spy Kids. Band-Aid
The
Fingers.
boy.
Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah, it's him. That's the only guy I recognize. But anyway, yeah, it's fucked up, and that's what we're going to be watching. And
This movie's been brought up a couple of times.
yeah, it was brought up
Yeah, I
last
think we mentioned it
podcast.
in the
But I've-
podcast.
Yeah, but I've never. I mean, you mentioned it last podcast. I'm pretty sure. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that sounds interesting, but I forgot the title.
You're like, oh, Jake, whatever you said, I ain't going to watch it anyway.
Well, that's some bullshit that Jake said up here in this file department in my head. Dude,
Cool,
like,
cool anyway.
There's probably a bunch of good shit in there. In that section. Got to be 2012 because that's when I first started at Walmart.
Okay, so 9. Okay, good. I'll take
damn,
that.
Jake, we got him beat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 We
And
don't
there's
go back
only
to
one
middle
way
school.
to settle this, man. A fucking WWF style tag team match.
Shit, okay.
That'd be hilarious.
Well, Seth, you got an unfair advantage.
Yeah, I know. Let me eat a little bit more. We'll do a super
Belly.
wrestling match.
Shit. How was it? What would it be, like 12?
Something like that.
Yeah, 12, something like that.
Oh,
How long we know each other?
damn.
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast, but the way I met that motherfucker, he was an asshole and got mad at me.
No surprise.
Yeah. We were like in art class or something. I was like, his seat was against the wall pretty much, and my seat was past him, and so I didn't want to walk all the fucking way around. They're like, "Hey man, can you scoot in?" And he just like, and looked at me for a brief second, like all pissed off and like, oh, and he just went like half an inch up, and I'm like, okay. So I squeezed past him and I pushed his chair in as I was squeezing past, and he gets up and he like he got up super fucking quick. I'm like a foot taller than him. Yeah, he's looking up at me. You will fight, like all pissed off. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you? Like what? I know I don't want to fight.
Man, I feel bad. I was hurt, is what it was. I fucked my back up in football. And like I was just like every time I fucking moved at all, it fucking hurt my back and had me in a bad mood. So like him just wanting me to move was just like annoying. So like I just barely moved and it hurt my fucking back to do that. And he scooted my chair up when I did that.
I couldn't get past you another way,
which fucking hurt my back and pissed me off. So we tried to fight.
He stood up. He was like, "Listen, I know you're 12 inches taller."
He was taller than me then, dude. He was pretty good amount taller than me then.
You
I'll
didn't
whoop
care,
your
did ya?
ass.
I was hurt. I was dumb. I was willing to get hurt more.
Anyway, someone like de-escalated it, like some annoying kid, I remember. And then like the next day I was all aggravated because I have like 3 different classes with him, and I was just like, I don't hate this guy. I was like, he's on the football team and I hate like every motherfucker on this football team. I was like, but him.
Jake was the cheerleader.
Yeah. I was like, he's never done anything to piss me off. And I was like, I guess I did something fucking piss him off. I'm like, hey man, I don't know what I did yesterday, but I was like, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to like be a dick or anything. I was just trying to get by. And he's like, my back was just hurting. He's like, I'm sorry, I overreacted or whatever. And I was like, huh?
You want to play smart?
No, yeah. I was like, huh? You play Xbox? And he goes, yeah, I play Call of Duty. I'm like, oh, I just got Call of Duty. And then bam, we're still playing video
games. Now we're like 12 years into marriage. It's fucking beautiful.
Dude, that is true love.
Really quick, remember a minute ago we were joking about them telling stories from middle school? That was a middle school story.
It was a 6th grade story.
Yep.
I don't remember with Chase though. Like I feel like you had hung out with Chase prior.
Chase,
to me.
If he ever listens to this one, he was a fucking dick.
He was.
It was like my first day at school, and I was like, oh God, where do I sit? And I was like looking for people. I'm like, all right, there's 12 people sitting in this 4-person booth, not there. And I'm like scouring. I'm like, there's one guy right there. I was like, I'm going to sit next to him. And I like sat down. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? Like just trying to fucking socialize. Never been to this school before. Don't know anybody. He's like, hey. And he's like looking down at his phone or his food or whatever the fuck he was looking at. And I was trying to talk to him. And in the middle of me talking, Seth's me and just like, see you, just walks off. And I'm just sitting there by myself. I'm like, wow, you fucking douche. I ended up becoming friends with him in like gym class or something.
Jake just wanted friends.
Yeah,
that's it.
he just disregarded me. He's like, who the fuck's this guy? Just left. I was like, I know you don't know me, but come on.
He probably thought you was like, it's a pity thing. You know what I mean? Oh, here's the only little kid sitting all by himself. I'm going to come over here and making sure he's comfortable and talking to him.
Dude, I doubt that. I doubt that was because how Chase was then. He was a fucking prick.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love you, Chase.
He was. And then he got his ass kicked for it, and he deserved it. I also love you, Chase. But yeah, I think that's like 12 years. Something like that.
I think so.
Well, you two need to stop being friends for like 3 years.
That is true love, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's as true as it gets, dude. If love is such a thing, it's love.
Or nah, I ain't even gonna roast us. So I'm not doing that. I don't have to put this up there for fucking failure there. You had to come up with that shit on your own.
Always trying to give ammo.
Yeah.
See, you
Jeremy, you got any ammo you want to give?
You set them up and you're like, yeah, now they can't roast me. And they just run with it. You're like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you got something, Jake.
I just said stuff and things.
And things, stuff and things.
Stuff and things. History and stuff.
I didn't expect that to reply yesterday. That was not the reply.
I know you didn't.
I
thought about like not saying anything at all. And I was like, nah. I was going to add like an emoji, like a winky face or something, or hearts. And I was like, no, that's too gay.
Dude, I'm laying there. I'm like, he's going to say goodnight. It's classic. It's either goodnight or, well, anyways, I got to go. And then you reply with that. I'm like, oh, damn. So I just heart reacted it and moved on.
Was he like, I love you?
Yeah, it was something like that. I was like, "Do you think we can ever be together, Jake?" And he said, "I've just been waiting for it," or something like that. And I was like, "Okay."
He was like, I just want. Do you think we'll ever be together one day? And I was like, I don't know. It's hard going day by day without you. One day. And he just heart reacted and never replied. I'm like, I got that motherfucker.
That's how you do it.
It ends conversations, bro. It works.
That is how you do it. I weird you. You out weird me. I'm like, well, all right.
You won.
You didn't want to play gay chicken?
He just wanted to initiate it. That's all.
Send me a picture.
I've never I've never sat around with my friend and be like, I'm bored. We can fuck, right?
Yeah, me either. What are you talking about? Oh, shit.
This podcast has went by quick too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you know it's going to be good.
Yeah. You guys playing some fucking shit?
Yeah.
No.
Throwing gang signs.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and then we kiss.
For anyone that listens to that at all, there's a long pause in there. I was trying to let him know something without giving you a hemo.
I mean,
3, 2,
He
1,
knows
show me your
better.
dick.
I know.
That was it. 3, 2, 1, and we'll show each other our dicks.
Bro, I mean, I've known him for 12 years. You've known him for what, 6? Something like that. You grabbed his dick. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. Woo.
damn, bro.
Caught,
You're,
bro.
you're pulling
Caught,
that up,
bro.
and I don't even know what to
wow.
say.
that was a good catch, bro.
So anyway, next topic.
The only other thing I had wrote down, which it's not a question, but I remembered it was fucking random. It's about the World's Fair Park. I remember being there with my cousin and my brother. I don't know what for, but there's some kind of festival going on, and it was nighttime. And I don't know if we talked Joe into doing it or if Joe just had the bright idea to do it, but he was like 11 at the time, and he was fucking around and trying to like prank people, I guess. He would like just lay down flat on his stomach while people are like walking around and just lay there for a few minutes to see if someone would do anything. And me and Austin are like in the foreground just watching and giggling. And I remember this one guy, he was like an Indian or something. I just remember his accent because he was like, "Are you okay?" And Joe was like, yeah, I'm good. Like kind of chuckling. He's like, "Oh, do it again." And Joe's like, "What?" And he's like, "Do it again." Like lay down and do it again. Like lay down on his stomach on the ground and play dead. And Joe's like, no, I'm good. Like, Jake.
Fucking weirdo. Dude, I had a cousin. I would go to his house. He lived in Caryville, and there was this road right next to the train tracks. And in the middle of the night, me, 2 of my cousins, and my sister would go out in the middle of the night. And then when a car started coming, we'd act like we was beating the living shit out of one of us. So it was like 3 people beating the fuck out of one person. That one person would be laying on the ground. That car would come up. And then eventually we like drag them off, and the car like pull up and be like, "You got to do better than that." Let's keep on going.
You had them going.
Yeah.
That's what that meant. Though. Like, holy shit. Oh, they're faking it. There ain't no way.
We were like 10.
Good on those people for not getting mad about it.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that one car turn around. Oh, they're dragging them into the woods.
Call the cops.
Yeah.
That one looks like a rapper. I know this is legit.
Look at that one with the hood on. I think he's the ringleader.
That'll never
He's
go
got
away.
a tattoo. He's got a tattoo.
At 10. That shit'll never go away.
Ain't there one of like a snake somewhere? Yeah, that's a gang sign right there.
The spider web.
Spiderweb, Charlotte's Web.
No, yeah, Charlotte's Web. I was told that each ring is supposed to represent how many years you spent in prison.
So you got all of them.
So I decided not to get the web.
You just didn't understand, and juvie counted for you.
How old were you when you got your tattoo? Were you 18?
All of them, yeah, 18, 19. I ain't had a tattoo since. Ain't that crazy?
It is actually.
Yeah.
I can just see it now. Come on, Britt. I got to get this tattoo. It's going to help me with my rap career.
Britt,
the
it's
clout.
$20. Come on.
No, it was. I got like $1,200. Not a lot.
What?
Not a lot. That's a lot to me.
Well, I mean, it's 4 tattoos, so
Yeah.
yeah, spread out in 4 tattoos. It's not a lot.
Yeah, I ain't had one in like 4 years, 3-4 years, something like that. Yeah.
Haven't had one in a minute. Me and Vicky were talking about getting one, but I don't know what I want.
Are you going to get like soul and then mates,
No, not that.
wife, husband?
But we were thinking about something kind of not like matchy, but it was like a lighthouse on hers, or yeah, a
You're
lighthouse
gonna get
for
made
her.
fun of.
I know.
Just go with it.
Don't fucking do that.
Just say
Don't
just say
do
the
it.
exact truth so we can just make fun of you.
I know, no. It's like a lighthouse, and then the other one was like a ship or something. And I
Yeah,
was
that's so fucking gay.
I know, but I like it. This is why I don't tell you anything.
You're my lighthouse.
Man, like 2 words into that story, I knew you were about to get your shit wrecked.
I know.
God needed safety, baby.
Yes. It's foggy out here, and you're my light.
You can't fudge people, okay?
Fuck you.
All right, that's where we're ending it, I guess.
Shit, man.
See you guys next week.